The kind of man every woman fears losing, psychology tips. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Eden Abez. Hello. Today, I want to share with you an important truth that not many people truly realize. In life, every man may encounter many women, but there's one type of woman he will never want to lose. She's the woman who fears losing him, the kind of man who, when she crosses paths with him, everything else around her seems to fade into the background. Have you ever wondered why some men, despite not chasing attention or begging for affection, still make women feel like losing them would be a regret they can never recover from? These men don't need to try. They don't have to prove themselves. What makes them different is their unshakable understanding of their own worth. They don't measure their value by external validation, and they certainly don't seek approval from anyone. Today, I'm going to show you the secret behind this kind of man, the one who doesn't need to beg for attention, who remains grounded in his self-respect and worth. This is the man that every woman both respects and fears losing. Stick around, and I'll help you understand why. 1. Emotional stability and self-control. The cornerstones of attraction. To be the kind of man every woman fears losing, you must first master the art of emotional stability and self-control. These are not just traits, they're the very cornerstones of attraction. Women are instinctively drawn to men who can maintain their composure, especially in difficult situations. It's not about being emotionless, but about knowing how to manage your emotions rather than letting them control you. Think about it. Women find men who can stay calm under pressure incredibly attractive. They appreciate men who can take a step back, assess the situation, and act with wisdom, not impulse. When a man can control his emotions, he demonstrates strength of character, and this strength is what draws women in. A man who is emotionally stable doesn't suppress his feelings. Instead, he expresses them in a healthy, productive manner. He knows that feeling anger, frustration, or sadness is part of being human, but he doesn't allow those emotions to cloud his judgment or make him act recklessly. Whether he's faced with a conflict at work, a disagreement in a relationship, or a personal setback, he doesn't let his emotions dictate his actions. Instead, he takes the time to reflect and respond thoughtfully. It's this level of self-control that women admire. He doesn't lash out when provoked, nor does he crumble when things get tough. The ability to remain composed and act responsibly in the face of adversity creates a sense of security for a woman. She feels safe knowing that, when life throws challenges her way, the man by her side won't lose his cool. He is a rock, steady and unshaken, no matter the storm. Emotional stability is something that many women crave, and once they encounter a man who embodies this trait, they begin to fear the idea of losing him. This is the type of man women hold onto tightly because they know he is a rare gem. In relationships, emotional stability is the foundation of trust. Women need to feel that they can rely on the man they're with, especially when life gets unpredictable. If you want to be the kind of man who is irreplaceable, then learning how to manage your emotions is not optional, it's essential. It's not about always being in control of every situation, but knowing how to act with grace and wisdom when things don't go as planned. In moments of chaos or distress, the man who remains calm, thoughtful, and grounded becomes someone a woman cannot imagine living without. If you want to stand out as a high value man, this is a key piece of advice. Work on emotional stability and self control. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Instead, focus on developing the strength to stay calm and composed no matter what life throws at you. This will not only make you more attractive, but will also make you a man who women fear losing, because they know that a man who masters his emotions is a rare and invaluable find. So remember, emotional stability isn't just an admirable trait, it's the key to becoming the kind of man that every woman wants to keep. 2. The strength of self mastery. Control over self is the highest form of strength. When it comes to attraction, self mastery is one of the most powerful traits a man can possess. It's not about flexing muscles or dominating others, it's about something much more profound. A man's ability to control his emotions and actions, to stay grounded and composed no matter what life throws his way, speaks volumes. This is the kind of strength that women truly respect, and it's what separates the memorable men from those who fade into the background. Don't confuse self mastery with suppression. This isn't about bottling up emotions or pretending they don't exist. It's not about acting distant or cold. It's about knowing yourself so deeply that your emotions don't control you. You control them. Imagine standing firm in the face of life's toughest challenges, holding steady while others crumble around you. That is the power of self mastery. A man who has this kind of emotional control is never at the mercy of his external circumstances. He isn't swayed by the ups and downs of life. Whether things are going well or falling apart, his reaction is always the same: calm, composed, and unwavering. This man understands that the only thing he can control is himself. And by mastering his responses, he becomes the rock in the storm, the constant amidst the chaos. Be the man who is not rattled by external events. Women find this kind of strength incredibly attractive. They don't want a man who is erratic, who is quick to anger or frustration, or who lets the world dictate his mood. What they want is the man who can weather any storm, who remains steady when everyone else is losing their heads. A man who remains calm under pressure, who is thoughtful in his reactions, and who can make clear headed decisions, even when emotions are running high. That is what makes him irreplaceable. Women fear losing this type of man because he's not easily influenced or manipulated by external forces. He is unwavering in his self belief. His emotional resilience makes him seem almost untouchable, and that's what makes him so magnetic. Attracting women becomes a natural byproduct of this strength. It's not about trying to impress them, but simply by being the kind of man who commands respect because of the way he carries himself. This is what the world finds irresistible: someone who is calm, collected, and deeply rooted in their own values. The man who has mastered himself is not at the mercy of fleeting desires, distractions, or external pressures. Instead, he stands strong, guided by his own principles. When women see a man who knows his worth and doesn't waver, they see someone who isn't just looking for approval, they see someone who isn't afraid to be himself. That is the kind of man who inspires trust and admiration. It's not about trying to impress anyone, it's about being someone who is simply true to himself. This man doesn't seek validation because he doesn't need it. He is self sufficient in every sense. His confidence doesn't come from what others think of him, but from his own self assurance. This is why relationship goals for many women revolve around finding a partner who is strong in his own skin, someone who doesn't flinch in the face of adversity, and who values his emotional intelligence as much as his intellect or charm. The strength of self mastery isn't something that can be faked. It's the result of years of self reflection, discipline, and growth. When you can control your reactions, it shows that you are in control of your life. This strength doesn't shout for attention, it doesn't demand praise, it simply exists. It's felt, respected, and ultimately, it creates a deep connection. Women will fear losing a man like this because he is unlike any other. His emotional depth and resilience make him unique. His self control is a reflection of his self awareness, and that makes him deeply attractive. When you can stay grounded, calm, and consistent no matter what challenges arise, you create a presence that draws people to you. This is the power of mastering yourself. So, be the man who commands respect without saying a word. Let your actions speak louder than any boastful claim. When you remain steady in the storm, when you control your emotions and impulses, you become someone who is deeply respected and nearly impossible to forget. Master yourself and you'll master attraction. If you found this insight valuable, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful wisdom. Comment to remember, I am a man of self-mastery. This affirmation reminds you of the strength and emotional control and the importance of remaining grounded and consistent in all aspects of your life. When you embrace this mindset, you become the kind of man who earns respect and builds lasting connections. 3. Self-control, the magnetic quality that reflects discipline. Self control is one of the most powerful qualities a man can embody, and it reflects an immense sense of discipline that commands respect. A man with self control does not indulge in every impulse or give in to every temptation. Instead, he channels his energy into the pursuit of his personal goals, constantly striving for growth. He doesn't seek validation from others, nor does he waste time trying to prove his worth. He understands that true strength lies in making decisions that align with his values rather than seeking fleeting satisfaction or external approval. This discipline isn't about perfection, it's about having the inner strength to follow through with what truly matters. In the face of challenges, the modern Stoic knows the importance of calm and clarity. A man with self control knows when to speak, and perhaps more importantly, when to remain silent. He doesn't get entangled in pointless drama or arguments. When life throws obstacles in his way, he doesn't let his emotions rule him. Instead, he stands grounded, maintaining a clear focus on the long term benefits of peace and mental clarity. It's this quiet strength, this deliberate and calculated approach to life, that makes him highly attractive. Women are drawn to his ability to stay composed and resolute in any situation, knowing that he is always grounded in his purpose. The old Stoic taught us that the power of a man lies not in his ability to dominate others, but in his ability to master himself. A man with self control is not easily swayed by external forces. He's dependable because he is rooted in his own values. He doesn't chase attention or validation. He is comfortable in his own skin, confident in his independence, and fiercely committed to his personal journey. His self control ensures that he is not needy or desperate for approval. Instead, he focuses on improving himself and building a meaningful life. For a woman, this self control is not only admirable, it's essential. She feels secure because she knows that the man who practices self control will not crumble under pressure or be swayed by temporary emotions. His emotional stability creates an unwavering foundation of trust and respect. This is a man who values peace over chaos, consistency over drama. His commitment to his own growth and his refusal to be distracted by the whims of others only adds to his magnetism. Remember, self control is not just about avoiding temptation, it's about creating a life that is intentional and meaningful. This discipline in every aspect of life, from how you manage your emotions to how you carry yourself in relationships, reflects a deep sense of purpose. It's this unshakable focus on self improvement that makes you not just attractive, but irreplaceable. As the Stoics taught, he who is not a good servant will not be a good master. True self control is the mastery of oneself, and this is what makes a man truly magnetic. 4. Purpose driven life. A man with direction is irreplaceable. A man with purpose is a man who stands out. In a world full of distractions, he wakes up every morning knowing exactly what he's here to do. His life isn't a series of random events, it is a deliberate, focused journey driven by his vision and his goals. He doesn't wait for life to hand him meaning, he creates it. His purpose shapes his decisions, fuels his ambitions, and fills his life with a sense of deep satisfaction. This clarity and conviction are magnetic. Women are naturally drawn to men who have direction because such men exude confidence, stability, and security. When a woman sees a man who is driven, focused, and purposeful, she doesn't just see a man who has things together. She sees someone who can offer her a sense of security and future. This is exactly the kind of man every woman fears losing. Being purposeful means a man isn't wandering through life or passively reacting to circumstances. Instead, he's actively working towards his goals. This vision gives him an aura of confidence, something that attracts not only romantic partners, but also friends, colleagues, and even strangers. Confidence doesn't come from external validation. It comes from knowing your purpose and sticking to it. A man who knows where he is going can't be easily swayed or distracted. He has priorities, and his focus never wavers. In relationships, this sense of direction is invaluable because it shows the woman in his life that he is reliable, secure, and capable of providing a stable foundation. This kind of man doesn't rely on others to feel validated or important. His identity is already rooted in something greater than himself. He doesn't need constant approval to feel worthy. Whether in his career, personal life, or spiritual journey, his fulfillment is not contingent upon others' opinions. This independence is a magnet for women because women are drawn to men who are complete on their own, who have their own lives, goals, and passions. The man with purpose is confident not because of the attention he gets from others, but because he is driven by his own internal compass. This self sufficiency makes him irresistibly attractive. The key to this purpose driven life is the focus on growth. This man is always building, always evolving. He doesn't settle for mediocrity. He is committed to excellence in every aspect of his life. He isn't just aiming to succeed, he is aiming to become the best version of himself. Women respect and admire this unwavering commitment to growth because it shows not only strength, but also vulnerability, a willingness to work on oneself, to become better for oneself and for those around him. To become the kind of man who is irreplaceable, you must commit to a purpose driven life. You must define your goals, your mission, and live with clarity. Don't wait for someone else to give you direction. Create it for yourself. Pursue your purpose relentlessly and watch as women are drawn to your energy. You'll no longer be chasing validation or approval. Instead, you'll attract those who recognize your value and respect your independence. This is the essence of true attraction, purpose, focus, and confidence. So, if you're ready to embrace your purpose, to stop drifting, and to start living with clarity, you're on your way to becoming a man every woman fears losing. If you want to become a man with purpose, direction, and unwavering confidence, take action today. Remember, a man with purpose is magnetic and irreplaceable. If this resonates with you, comment below, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to claim your focus. I am a man with purpose, and I am unstoppable. 5. The power of self-confidence. How true confidence attracts women. Confidence is a powerful force, but let's be clear, unshakable confidence is in a league of its own. This kind of confidence doesn't scream for attention. It isn't about being loud, arrogant, or trying to prove something to the world. True confidence is the quiet, steady assurance that comes from truly knowing who you are and what you're capable of achieving. It's the kind of confidence that radiates without even trying. A man with unshakable confidence doesn't need validation. He doesn't need approval from anyone because he already knows his worth. He doesn't measure his value based on what others think or say about him. This self-assuredness is magnetic. It shines through in his posture, his voice, and the way he carries himself. His very presence tells the world, "I'm comfortable in my skin." And people, especially women, are naturally drawn to that. Why? Because it makes them feel safe, inspired, and even challenged, all at the same time. What makes unshakable confidence even more attractive is its roots in self-acceptance. A man who has this type of confidence doesn't crumble under criticism, rejection, or comparison. He stands firm because his confidence isn't fragile. It's built on a foundation of self-love. He knows and accepts his flaws, his strengths, his past, and his future. Because of this, he can't be easily manipulated or swayed by other people's opinions. Women are drawn to this kind of man because he doesn't put on a mask to impress. He doesn't pretend to be someone he's not. Instead, he embraces his authenticity, which creates trust. His confidence doesn't come from his ego or his need to prove anything. No, it comes from something deeper, a genuine belief in himself and his abilities. When you become the kind of man who attracts women naturally, you'll notice something remarkable. Attraction isn't about trying to impress or chase after someone. It's about being grounded in your own identity, loving yourself, and not being afraid to show the world who you are. So, take a moment and think about this. Are you the man who seeks constant validation, or are you the man who stands confidently in his own truth? Confidence isn't something you force. It's something you cultivate from within. And once you do, you'll see how unshakable confidence becomes your greatest asset in life and relationships. Remember, self-confidence is not about showing off. It's about showing up as your true, authentic self. And when you do, women are naturally drawn to you. This isn't just about attraction, it's about building a relationship on trust, respect, and self assurance. So be the man who stands tall, grounded in his own value. Attract women not by chasing them, but by living with purpose, strength, and confidence. When you do that, you will become the kind of man that every woman fears losing. And that's the secret to achieving your relationship goals. 6. Leadership and strength. The foundation of trust and respect. Leadership and strength are more than just traits. They are the bedrock of trust and respect. A true leader is not defined by his title or physical dominance, but by his unwavering presence, his ability to offer clear guidance in times of uncertainty, and his capacity to make sound decisions. As Marcus Aurelius, the old Stoic, once said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This speaks to the heart of leadership, the strength to face adversity head on and navigate through it with decisiveness and clarity. The modern Stoic knows that leadership comes not from command, but from embodying the principles that inspire others to follow. A man who exudes calm in chaos, who stands firm in his convictions, and who leads by example without ever needing to demand respect, commands it. It's this unwavering strength, this quiet yet powerful presence, that makes him stand out. Women are naturally drawn to this because they feel a sense of security in his steadiness. There's an unspoken safety in knowing that a man who leads with strength will not crumble when the winds of life blow hard. In relationships, leadership translates to reliability. A woman, when faced with challenges, seeks a partner who is not just present but capable. She wants to know that the man by her side will not falter when things get tough. She yearns for a man whose strength is not only physical, but mental and emotional, a man who knows the way forward even when the path is unclear. This is the foundation upon which trust is built, and it's what makes a man truly indispensable. When a man offers leadership, he offers the most precious thing, certainty in an uncertain world. The old Stoic recognized that true strength is the ability to endure, to rise above the opinions of others, and to remain unwavering in the face of challenges. The modern Stoic understands that this quality is not just about surviving, but thriving under pressure. A man who can guide, who can shoulder the burden and offer wisdom when it's needed most, becomes a pillar of support, the anchor in a storm. Losing such a man would feel like losing not just a partner, but a source of guidance, a steady hand when everything else seems chaotic. A true leader doesn't just act for himself, he acts for those who rely on him. Women find this kind of leadership magnetic because it represents something they desperately need: security. In a world that constantly changes, knowing that someone they can trust is there to guide them, to support them, and to lead them with strength is what makes a relationship thrive. Leadership is not about commanding, it's about being the rock that others can depend on. It's about showing up, making decisions, and doing so with strength and clarity. This is the kind of man every woman fears losing because such men don't just offer love, they offer stability, a sense of direction, and an unwavering commitment to those they lead. So remember this: a modern Stoic understands that leadership is not a trait for a moment, but a way of life. It's built on the foundation of consistent strength, quiet confidence, and the wisdom to guide others through life's challenges. Lead with strength, led with clarity, and most importantly, led with unwavering presence. That is what makes a man indispensable. If you want to embody true leadership and strength, comment below. I am the leader who inspires trust and respect. Like this video, subscribe for more powerful insights, and remember, a man's strength is measured by his ability to lead with clarity and confidence. 7. Strength beyond physicality. Emotional and mental resilience. Strength in a man is often associated with physical power, but the true measure of his strength lies in his emotional and mental resilience. A man who demonstrates emotional toughness is someone who doesn't just survive life's challenges, he thrives in the face of them. His ability to stay composed when everything around him is chaotic, to face difficulties without wavering, and to handle stress with calm determination is what truly defines his strength. When a man shows this kind of emotional resilience, It offers more than just an impression of power. It provides a sense of safety and stability to everyone around him, especially the woman in his life. A truly strong man doesn't crumble when life hits hard. He doesn't get overwhelmed by obstacles or defeated by setbacks. Instead, he faces these challenges with an unwavering resolve. He remains steadfast in his beliefs, his values, and his commitment to his goals, no matter how hard things get. This resilience doesn't make him invincible, but it does give him the strength to rise, to learn, and to grow from adversity. This quality is magnetic. Women, in particular, are drawn to men who stay grounded, who don't falter when life tests them. This kind of resilience is not just about overcoming challenges, but about how a man navigates adversity with grace. He might not always have the answers or the perfect solution, but his ability to remain calm under pressure shows a profound emotional intelligence. It demonstrates self control and self assurance that go far beyond external appearances or quick fixes. It's about knowing that no matter what the situation, he can handle it, and so can those around him. A woman, for instance, will find peace in knowing that her man can weather any storm, and that even in the hardest of times, he will stand firm beside her. It's this unwavering stability that makes him an anchor in her life, a rock she can rely on when things get tough. A mentally and emotionally strong man doesn't just act as a protector in times of crisis. He is a partner who creates a foundation of trust and confidence. He offers a woman the sense that she is safe, that no matter how difficult life becomes, she won't have to face it alone. When a man exhibits true strength, it allows her to open up emotionally, to trust him deeply, and to build a life of shared security and support. This is not a fleeting connection. It's something real and enduring, rooted in the emotional and mental fortitude of the man himself. What makes this kind of man so valuable is his reliability. A woman can trust that he will not abandon her when times get hard. This kind of security is priceless. When life becomes uncertain, when the world around them is unpredictable, this strength provides a constant, an anchor that ensures they can face anything together. A man who embodies emotional and mental resilience becomes irreplaceable in her life. Losing him isn't just losing a partner, it's losing a fundamental part of the foundation on which she's built her security. Once she's experienced a man who brings this level of strength, the fear of losing him is real. She knows, deep down, that he's someone who cannot easily be replaced. In the world of psychology tips and love advice, it's easy to get lost in the surface level qualities that make a man attractive. Things like appearance, charm, or financial success often take the spotlight. However, when it comes to dating tips and building meaningful relationships, it's the deeper qualities that truly matter. True emotional and mental strength is the secret ingredient to creating lasting bonds. A man who is resilient, who can withstand stress and turmoil, becomes a symbol of safety, reliability, and stability, a partner women can trust with their hearts. This is the kind of man women will fight to keep, the kind who doesn't need to prove his worth through grand gestures or empty promises. He shows his worth through his actions, through his ability to face life's challenges with calm confidence and unwavering determination. In a world where everything seems uncertain, a man like this is not just desirable, he's irreplaceable. And the truth is, once a woman experiences this kind of strength, she will never settle for less. She knows she's found someone special, someone who is truly worth fighting for. In summary, the strength of a man goes far beyond what can be seen on the outside. Emotional and mental resilience are the pillars that truly define him. A man who can handle life's challenges without losing his cool, who remains true to his values no matter the adversity, is a man who becomes an invaluable partner. This is the type of man women fear losing, and for good reason. It's the kind of strength that makes him irreplaceable. 8. Respect and boundaries. What makes a man unforgettable? Respect and boundaries, two of the most essential traits that make a man unforgettable. A man who understands these concepts is a man who has mastered the art of self-respect, and this, in turn, makes him stand out in a world where too many people fail to uphold their worth. A man who respects himself first and others second knows his value. He doesn't need validation from anyone. His confidence doesn't come from the approval of others, but from knowing who he is and what he stands for. This self awareness is magnetic. When a man has respect for himself, it sets the tone for how others should treat him. He refuses to allow anyone to walk all over him or diminish his value. But here's the catch: he doesn't only demand respect for himself, he gives it to others. He understands that kindness, fairness, and dignity are the foundation of any relationship. This dual balance of self respect and respect for others creates an aura of integrity that is undeniably attractive. A man with clear boundaries is even more captivating. Setting boundaries is not about being rigid or controlling, it's about valuing your time, energy, and emotions. A man who knows when to say no without feeling guilty is rare. He doesn't waste his time on situations or people that don't add value to his life. This shows that he is in control of his own life, and it's a massive indicator of strength. It's not about arrogance, it's about valuing your peace of mind. Why is this important? Because women find this quality irresistible. Women respect men who have clear boundaries. They understand that when a man has boundaries, he's not afraid to stand up for himself. He doesn't let anyone, no matter who they are, disrespect him, and this is a sign of strength and self assurance. It's rare and refreshing to see someone who is not afraid to walk away from situations or people that no longer align with his values. This kind of strength is a magnet in the world of love psychology. It signals that he is strong, confident, and emotionally mature, a man who knows what he wants and will not settle for anything less. A man with boundaries doesn't tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or anything that threatens his peace. He is clear about what he will and will not accept in a relationship. And because of this clarity, he attracts women who respect him not only for the man he is, but also for the way he protects his values. His boundaries ensure that the relationship is built on mutual respect, which is essential for long term success. This trait makes him nearly impossible to replace. Women will recognize that they are not dealing with someone who will compromise his beliefs or allow himself to be treated poorly. This is the type of man that every woman fears losing, the one who won't settle for less than he deserves. The man who knows what he stands for and won't let anyone disrespect his boundaries is unforgettable. His self respect and ability to set boundaries allow him to live a life of authenticity, filled with genuine relationships, both personal and professional. If you want to attract women and form strong, healthy connections, focusing on building your respect for yourself and others is key. It's not just about dating tips, it's about life goals. Being a man who respects himself, sets clear boundaries, and stays true to his values makes you an undeniable force, one that no one can easily walk away from. So, don't settle. Be that man. Establish your boundaries, respect yourself and others, and watch how your relationships, whether romantic or otherwise, flourish. This is the path to becoming the man every woman fears losing. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this video gave you some real insights into the qualities that make a man irreplaceable. Here's my sincere advice to you: it all comes down to choices. The qualities that make a man unforgettable, emotional stability, confidence, strength, and self control, aren't something you're born with. They're developed over time through hard work, discipline, and a commitment to bettering yourself. So, don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today. Stop seeking validation, stop compromising on your standards, and start living with a clear purpose. Remember, when you live with direction and embody these qualities, you'll become the kind of man that commands respect and admiration, someone who can never be replaced. And trust me, that's the man every woman will truly want in her life. Keep striving for greatness. Until next time.